Yes, sir. So thank Caren for pointing out that I voted for 2 budgets. They, of course, included the anchor program for 2 years, up to $1,500 for a homeowner, up to $450 if you're a renter. Started last year, continued this year, voted in favor of staying in New Jersey. So I do think it begins the conversation we need in New Jersey to control property taxes. Certainly not a panacea. We need to do more, but it is a start. And in terms of the budget votes, I am proud that I voted for these budgets. We were the only 3 Republicans last year to vote for the budget. I did it because it was good for Atlantic County, and I have said, not going to worry about politics. I will do it as best for the county and best for the people of the county, and so I voted for the budget and it's good for Atlantic County.
I think that once someone enters the country and applies for asylum, they are supposed to get the protection of all of our laws, but that's beside the point. When we had the press conference in Atlantic City, you were not very welcoming, and the words and rhetoric that you spoke were horrendous and hateful. I do think that if and nobody has seen this document that said that we were going to get 60,000 people here to Atlantic County, but if we were asked to take people, the government, the federal government, would have to provide a plan and money for educating, social services, medical care, all the things that people need to live. We couldn't do it on our own. Everybody agrees that we're one of the poorest counties in the state of New Jersey, and we can't take on that burden without help from the government.
It deserves protection. We can debate when it is, certainly have that debate and try to build consensus. But at some point in that process, last debate, it was 22, 24 weeks with the number thrown out. But at some point, that life deserves protection. And I do not support this Democratic plan in New Jersey that was passed that, 1, has no restrictions on late-term abortion, and 2, does not require parental consent, parental notification. You in this state, you need parental consent to go get a piercing if you're a minor, to get a tattoo, but yet we're going to pull away parental consent on something that is so personal to people. It should not happen. There should be parental consent. So I think those are 2 key things we need to do. Secondly, we need to get back to the way it was when I was growing up, which was, and you guys all know it, because you're in the same generation, it was all about how do we prevent unwanted pregnancies. Because it's a medical procedure. You don't want to have people go through medical procedures. So how can we make sure people are educated, get people all the materials they need so we can avoid unwanted pregnancies? And we got to get back to that. Let's avoid a medical procedure if we can.
Sir,
If there's a mistake, we also have to make materials accessible, contraceptives, whatever materials, so if people make a mistake and there's an issue, they can deal with it. So I am not telling anybody what to do. I said last time, I didn't support the overturning of Roe v. Wade. I didn't support what Texas did. So let's be done with the fraudulent campaign and let's talk about real issues.
Ms. Fitzpatrick, go ahead and take a
Again, I would say that this is a conversation between a woman and her doctor. Nobody else should be telling somebody who has a child that that is wanted, but is unable to survive, that they should have to carry that pregnancy to term. Do you know how excruciating that is on the part of the mother? I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but I have family members who have, and it's horrible. It's horrible. And by the way, when you say contraception should be available, do you mean to high school students?
I mean to everyone. And listen, we lost a pregnancy, so, as I said, it's a very personal issue, and I agree 1,000% with you. It is a decision between a mother, a father, and their doctor. Without question, that is it. So I agree 1,000% on that. Very personal issue. And everyone in life has got to deal with this issue in their own personal way. We, whether it's you or me, we don't have any right to start telling other people what to do in their lives. If you're not affecting me, you're not affecting my family, have at it. And I've been here my entire life. Many of you I know have been here your entire life. We had a promise with casino gaming back when it started in 1976. We haven't realized it. I mean, you go out in the city, you recognize we have not realized the promise that we were supposed to have with casino gaming, and so I do support the continued involvement you know, whether you want to call it a takeover, whether you want to call it a partnership, whatever you want to call it, the state of New Jersey, I believe, needs to be here with the city of Atlantic City. We have challenges coming with New York gaming. We have challenges with, you know, the same things we've been talking about forever with clean and safe and the perception of this city. We cannot stop any progress now. The state of New Jersey needs to continue that partnership, needs to be down here, needs to be involved. And so we have some critical things over the next couple of years with the takeover, quote unquote, with the pilot, with online gaming renewal that are very critical. And we need the state of New Jersey to be a real partner with the city of Atlantic City and our region in those efforts.
Okay, this guy.
I do support the takeover, if that's what you want to call it, of Atlantic City, and it is supposed to end in, I think, 3 or 4 years. I think the city should be partnering with the state and taking a more and more active role in the running of their city. The residents of Atlantic City deserve to have their elected officials taking care of their city and their residents. That's why they elected them. But they do need to continue down the road of smart fiscal management, even clean and safe. You know, we go to those bi-weekly meetings every Friday morning. Mr. Berg is always there. And we are making progress in taking care of Atlantic City because we've joined together. What started out as maybe a half a dozen people has now grown to 30 or more people every other week talking about what can make Atlantic City independent and better for everyone.